MMTs, we are going to highlight right here, MMT. This is called the TNA. The TNA is an ETF daily small cap bull 3X. And when the small caps and the broader markets were putting in their bottoms, it was time to get net long. Now, remember that way over here at the top, MMTs, when we called the short in the market and we did all the sector indices, because we have sector indices to the small cap. So you know what the small cap stocks are in the sector indice. Now you're looking at what we call a bull 3X, and behind here, this is going to be the TZA, which is called the small cap bear 3X. And basically small cap lead rallies higher, but let's take a look at how the bull that this could have been shorted. So let's get this broken down here, where let's see if we can get this all in the video here, that when I was breaking down, this was a great short on the bull. And you could have been shorting this bull way up here for several days, as we always do. Then you have the volatilities, but they made the lower lows. It's how they make the bottoms over here. It's how they make these bottoms over here. And it's how they make these tops over here. When I was making the bottom on the small cap, and the small cap led the rally higher, the bear, which is the TZA right here, you can see the same triple tops here and the same bottoms here. It's time to go long here and time to short here. Now I will do a sector indices as well to this bear and this bull. MMTs, I'm going to show a daily chart in this format here. This is a daily chart of the small cap 600. Now we're looking at the bull and the bear ETFs. Now when the small cap was breaking out, it's called the small cap 600. So it's the S&P small cap 600, and all the small cap stocks that were breaking higher also led this right back up to major tops up here. So as we run up to where the original correction was, it's very long in its nature, and we had that superpower rally last week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days up here, is now when we hit resistance up here, and if we start to get an immediate sell bar, then it would be time to buy the bear. If we're going to keep continuing to break higher, that means that the bear one is going to come down in value, and that the bear 3X is this chart right here. This is the TNA, right? Or this is the bull, the small cap bull 3X. And what I want to show you here is that if we continue to break up to these resistance levels over here in the small cap index, now that's the sector indice. Now let us not forget this is a bull 3X. So we're going to come up here to these tops, and if we fail with the sell bar, like this would be the qualifier, and that would be the qualifier, then that means that the bull is going to top out. And it also would mean that if we break higher, that the TZA, which is your bear, so if we continue to go higher here, you can see the small cap here. If we break higher here, that means that the bear is going to come down and hit the bottom, and that this bull is going to come up and hit the top here. So understanding the sector indice and how you relate them to the both the 3X bear and the 3X bull is going to be how trade managements will be set up, especially going into the July earnings. So once again, I've got the TZA bear 3X over here. I have the TNA bull 3X small cap. The thing about it is small cap bull, small cap bear, small cap index right over here. This is the small cap index itself, the sector. And when the sector starts to sell off, I would short the bull, I would go long the bear, and I would be buying put options on this as well. Small cap 600 sector indice, SMLX, related to, once again, the TNA, the TNA bull 3X. Once again, to recap, Once again, the bear, TZA 3X bear, how they will exchange in trade management. I short that, I go long that. When we finally get involved in the earnings season, this here, it really sold off deep, and it really ran, and it's a little bit over, not a little bit, it is overbought on the daily chart. I'm going to tell you right now. It is overbought at 91.6. When we were making the lows over here in the percent DS, I had to go long. It was 6.34. It was forgiven. They didn't want to break. And it went right along with the major other indexes. And it popped a daily buy signal at resistance. But just let us know, MMTs, we are overbought on a daily chart. How long that overbought process could be 1 day, could be 3 days, could be 5 days. Exuberance is exuberance, but somewhere along the line, when we fell at resistance, I will be buying that bear 3X and shorting that bull and buying put options over here. So there are many different ways to use trade management on the small cap.